Okay. Welcome back to another video, guys. Remember I told you about, dropping an update during the week just to you understand, just to let you know or update you on, you know, how the market is moving and the dynamics. You might have seen certain signals or dynamics at the beginning, but then they're not playing out as we have anticipated, right? Even though our job is just to react to the market and not try and predict it, which is, we still need to keep it in check and see what the changes are, and try and adapt as soon as possible so that we can have a successful week in the market. So boom, I'm gonna make it quick. I know I always say I'm gonna make a video quick and then I end up posting a 45-minute long video, but trust me, I'm gonna try and make this one quick. Remember this analysis, the DXY analysis, I posted it together with that AUD JPY video. If you are tapped in, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's the most recent video before the one I just posted now about the AUD JPY. But just go onto my YouTube, you'll find what I'm talking about. About the dollar, right? So now looking at the dollar, we can remember at the beginning of the week when we analyzed, we couldn't really say we have a higher high or we have a new wave. This wave just got validated right now. This wave just got validated right now as this high was broken here. All right. This is what just validated the wave right here. This high broke this high. So the higher low and higher high are valid, right? But then if you look closely, look at the current 1 hour candle right now, right? Seems to be reversing the candle that just broke the higher high. So you just have to be patient and you need to open your eyes, guys. The manipulation is crazy. The manipulation is real in the markets, because now if you go to the 4 hour, let's go to the 4 hour. Because you see, when you go to the 4 hour, all is there to show all that's there to show for the potential break of the high is just one candle that's rejecting, that's still rejecting. So, and what time is it? Okay, 2 o'clock, we're gonna know if we are really breaking this level or we are reversing. We're having a total reversal right here, because if you look clearly, this level right here is holding. It's been holding since March, March. So it was a previous lower low of one wave that happened before the most recent one that we obviously broke. But this low has been holding. This lower low has been holding. It was a support here, broke, became a resistance, became a resistance again here, but then price bounced off of the trend line, the uptrend line, to go try again and break it. We're gonna see what it does this time. But then it is such a strong area to break. And the market has tried. Let's be honest. The market has tried here. And right now we're about to see if the market is really about to break this level, right? We can't predict and say it won't break it, or we can't predict and say it is going to break it for sure, because we don't know, right? Our job is to do what? Is to react, guys. I'm sure by now you know what your job is, because I say it too much. So, but then now, what does this mean for the pairs that we trade, right? If this high is broken and the trend continues to the upside, let's say the trend continues to the upside from this level, right? The higher high is broken. This is a validated wave, and price is still going to the upside, because remember, we also have an uptrend that has been respected, right? 1, 2, second touch somewhere here. Like, if you're being honest here, let me see. Let's just make sure that this trend line as this just counts as one touch for me. And then the second one, I'm gonna label this the second touch. Right? If you're looking closely, right? So some might say this is one touch, this is the second touch, but I'm saying the significance of the touches is also very important. What did the touch do after that? You see, every touch must make a new high. So this touch here made is attempting to make a new high, but then it was valid because it just, the touch on the trend line was valid. It was a touch and go. So it respected the trend very well. So let's say the market was to go up, right? The market were to go up and be bullish and continue to be bullish. What would be the target? My target would be this right here, right? Because this was a support also, and then turned into a resistance here. It was only retested once, and the markets have been dropping ever since. So this level only interacted with the price, I think, 2 times. I mean, it was a support, and then it broke, and then it was a retest, right? So let's just say 3 times. This right here. This right here. I'm talking about this right here, right? So according to that, or based off that, now we can say maybe this level holds some sort of significance. So price might be aiming to come to this level, right? Let's say the scenario is that, okay, the price is going up, right? What would that mean for the pairs that we trade? Let's start with the GBP USD. What would happen to the GBP USD? If the DXY goes up, the GBP USD will have to drop, right? And this is how the GBP USD looks like. It has been in a healthy downtrend, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, as you can see, right? As you can see, that's what has been happening. And right now, if the market continues to the upside, we obviously dropping with the GBP USD, right? But then if we happen to drop, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't see any sort of entry here. I don't see any sort of entry here because there's no pattern that I'm familiar with. Even if we draw a trend line like this, I mean, even if we draw a trend line like this, there's nothing I can do. I'm not gonna act like I know how to enter. I would know how to enter the sell here because we had a downtrend. It was broken, but then at the same time, the price didn't fly and go up as one would expect if they traded that breakout and retest. But then when the market is like this and we're waiting for sells, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't know where to enter. So when the chart is looking like this, I just walk away. Because now I'm gonna now start looking for an entry, forcing a good price to trade from, which is very detrimental to a trader. Because as soon as you force a trade, that's when you get all your emotions involved, because now you want to be right, So I don't know. Some might say, oh, okay, I'm gonna enter from here because this lower low was holding and then it got broken. Now it needs to be retested. Or anything, whenever you want to force a trade, you're gonna come up with a lot of theories just to justify it, right? But then I'm not gonna lie, on the GBP USD, I don't see any sort of entry, And another thing, if you pay close attention from here, you can see that there's some sort of a range. There's some sort of a range here, right? This is the resistance. This might be the potential support. So for the sell, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see any sort of entry. But then for the buy, a buy would make sense because now it would mean that, okay, this is the range, this is the resistance, this is the support, and prices at the support. Now it's gonna try to go back up. right? And go back up might also mean that if we have a overall downtrend, if you have an overall downtrend, it would mean we are breaking out of the downtrend and we are, gonna go up. This is some sort of a reversal. This is some sort of reversal, and then we have something like this, which would make sense to me, right? This is something that would make sense. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, right? Something like this. We know, okay, buys are valid, right? But then as for sells, the downtrend is valid, and this was meant to be broken here. If this is broken, I mean, at this point, we're just trying to see what could happen. These are not validated as yet because the lower low is not yet broken, right? So if you've been tapped in, now you know. By now you know what I'm talking about. Lower low, this lower low and lower high wave is validated because this lower low was broken here. But then the current lower, this potential lower low, we cannot say it's valid because it hasn't been broken, right? It has to be broken for this to be a valid lower high, and for this to be a valid lower low. This level has to be broken right here. But then now, with the signal of this being a potential range and this level holding, because apparently it's not apparent, but then as you can see, there's some sort of interaction on this level on your far left hand side. That's why it's very important to check your left hand side, guys, to see levels like this. This is the second interaction. This might be the third. And you know what we say about all the third interactions or all the third touches, So the biggest thing is just to wait and see. Get your candle formation, get your confirmations before you rush into taking a trade, But then if it happens to sell, sorry, this dashed support area would be my target. This dash line right here would be my target. But yeah, I don't see any entries for the rest of the week. I don't know. Let me just wait maybe for some sort of a pattern to form, and then we can say maybe it's going up or it's going down. But then for now, there's nothing I can trade. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's go to the gold real quick. And I dropped the video on AUDJPY, guys. That's the first video I dropped right now, recently. This is gonna come after the video because I just edited it out. I just wanted to, fun fact, I was gonna start recording the DXY and the dollar, this video that I'm doing. That's what I was planning to do first, but then price was just playing around so much, and I wanted to see the close at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock in my South African time, 1 p.m. I don't know wherever you're watching from, but then I wanted to see that candle because it looked so aggressive, and I wanted to see how the market was going to react to that move right there. But then, as we can see, the market seems to be reversing that move with the strong bearish candle. So yeah, let's just see what the market does. So for the gold, this is what the gold looks like, right? This is what the gold looks like. Let me remove these arrows right here because yeah. And if you are tapped in, go check out the video I dropped on gold at the beginning of the week. And then I explained this whole thing here. And you don't want to be a victim of people who suffered losses here on this scenario, because it's low-key looking like a range. And if you don't have patience to wait for the setup that you're looking for, you're also going to fall for it. You're going to fall for the bait, So just be patient, know what you're trading specifically, and you're going to be good. You're going to make it out alive. So on gold, we can say we're on a downtrend. This wave here was reversed right here, right? It was reversed. I mean, there was a whole consolidation phase here. Price broke up to the upside and still came back and broke back inside and started dropping, you know. So we're on a downtrend. It has been healthy, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, different waves. The waves started getting smaller. You know, the blue ones are smaller, but then they still count as lower high, lower lows. They're still showing signs of a bearish pressure, bearish momentum, and the lower high is still holding, right? So as long as this red line is still not broken, we're still on a downtrend, yeah. So now I saw some sort of a range forming. We can even expand it and make it as huge as this right here. Right? Some sort of a range right here. Do we expand this one as well? Let's just do it. Fuck it. Excuse the language, sorry guys. Right? This is a range that we have. This is a range that we have, ladies and gentlemen. And look, another thing. See, similar to what we just saw now with the GBP USD, but then the GBP USD was on its second interaction with the support. I mean third, sorry. This one only has two interaction with the support and one and a couple three interactions with the. Does this count as an interaction with the level, the lower high? 1, 2 tried to break, failed. This is the third one. What am I doing? Okay, this is the third interaction, and I'm hoping for some sort of a double bottom. Double top right here. But then we can't really confirm and predict. Let's just react. You know, our job is to react. So now, see, with the dollar, I'm not gonna lie, I would know what to trade, right? Because this pattern is being respected. This pattern right here, we're expecting a third touch, which could potentially even be a breakout, and then the market start moving to the downside, right? This is the pattern that I'm looking forward to for the rest of the week. So this is a trade we could take. Let me show you how we could go about it, because look, you need to be careful of the manipulation. All retail traders right now see the same thing. You know, they all see the same thing. So obviously there's going to be some sort of a manipulation that's going to happen before the drop. I wouldn't be surprised if the price acts like, you see, it's currently right now. See, that's why I like recording in real time, so that you know how to deal with certain emotions, and you know how to view the markets in certain, you know, scenarios. So now I wouldn't be surprised if the price goes crazy and acts so bullish and has all the momentum it could have for you know, for a bullish candle, right? Right now it really looks very strong. So we're gonna have this line right here just as a guide to see what this current move is trying to talk about, right? Right. So if I'm expecting sells here, that would make sense, because look at this channel, raising a wedge, you know. I would be trading that particular pattern, and I would also, as a confluence, I'd also be looking at this whole scenario here as a what? As a range. So we got to this resistance, now we're about to push down to the support, you know. So my sells would make sense to me if I was to enter sells on this type of, you know, market dynamic right here. Unlike the GBP USD, I don't even have an entry, but an entry for this one here, this pair, this gold pair, would be anything within the resistance. You know, I'm just gonna give price room to breathe, you know, go do whatever it has to do. Might come all the way here before it breaks. Just, you know, watch it and look at the, you know, look at the characteristics, look at the candle formations and everything before you take that entry. But I'm confident about the sells here, meaning that if I'm so confident about the sells here, price might really be going to the upside. Then price might really be going to the upside, might really be bullish, you know. And yeah, maybe after a third touch on this line, right? Maybe after a third touch on this trend line that has been holding, and price going to this line, the down move So this line right here would mean, okay, the pairs that we're trading are gonna be acting bullish for the next couple of hours, because for the dollar, we're expecting maybe the third touch on the trend line before it goes up, right? And this would mean the pairs that we're trading are gonna be bullish for the next couple of hours or something along those lines before it drops. Even the GBP USD, it might act or it might show some bullish characteristics before it actually drops, because it reacts or it does the total opposite of what the dollar does. So yeah, that's all I have. And I don't know if any of y'all trade USD ZAR, but the USD ZAR basically moves exactly like the XY, because the dollar is stronger than it's hella stronger than the ZAR, the South African rand. So here's another potential setup right here, another entry, which is low-key confusing, because remember what we are looking at here. We're at the highest highs of this trading pair. Let's go to the 4-hour. I'm not gonna dwell too much onto this one, but then we're on the highest high. We don't know the price action that's gonna follow. So right now, the trend, I used to think it's very, very bullish, higher low, higher low, but then this wave is not valid because we didn't make new highs. The potential highs that we're about to make were all reversed. These don't count as breaking this high. These highs do not count as new highs, because they barely broke these ones. So this wave is not really valid. This is the valid one here. This is the one we use as a benchmark. And if you take a close look, this is the ones we use right now. This is the wave we use right now. And if you take a close look here, you can see that the higher lows are also like barely broken. Let's go to the 4-hour so that you see. This higher low is low-key still holding, because this was just a little bit of manipulation and then or rejection, and then price moved back inside of the higher lows. So we can say the uptrend or the bullish trend is still holding. We just need to get a perfect entry. Even the breakout of the trend line, the downtrend line that was starting to form, shows that the bulls are still strong, man. They show that they're still strong, but then we still have to wait first to see if price breaks the lower high, this lower high, this or potential lower high that was about to form. I mean, it is valid because the lower low was broken right here, right? It was the lower low was at around the higher low of the uptrend move, so it was barely broken too. So we can't really tell if the sellers have power at this point, because they barely broke the higher low and they're back inside the structure now. So we just have to wait and see. But because we are predicting, or we are assuming, or there is a possibility, I hate using predicting and assuming, there is a possibility that the dollar is bullish. It just needs to drop a bit before it goes up. And then we might actually get a good entry on the USD ZAR around this area right here. Price might wanna come retest this area before it goes up. That would be very, very, that would make so much sense, because now remember also waiting, or we're also there's a possibility that price comes to retest this line before it actually goes up, and if anything, price might even break this line. So just watch closely, look for the characteristics, look for all the confirmation that you might need when price gets here. That's if it even gets to the line. But yeah, man, just keep your eyes open. But you've seen my scenarios for the sell possibility, where you should wait and when you should enter your sells. But then for the GBP/USD, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have any sell entries. I only have potential buy entries. So it will all depend. It will all depend on what the dollar does. If the dollar breaks this line, our GBP/USD setup will be valid. But then if the dollar respects the trend line and goes up, our gold analysis would be very, very clean and would be very valid. Just like watch closely and react and have perfect timing, man. Just enter when you have your confirmations and when you have a specific a specific setup to trade and know where to put your stop losses and everything. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. I don't know how long this video is, but then hopefully I can get some sort of, hopefully you got some sort of value from this video. You got some sort of guidance to attack or tackle the markets for the rest of the week. That's what we're looking for. We still have time. It's only Wednesday, guys. Thursday, Friday, we might catch the rest of the move or the rest of the move for the week. So yeah, appreciate you guys for sticking with me till this part of the video. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, so that we keep moving, we keep sharing this knowledge, and we keep growing. Appreciate you guys. Peace out.